Okay, well that's done and out of the way. Now I can actually sit here and play for a while. Good old Gengar. Your mouth is on sideways. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Pokemon Blue. And today I am considering an extra long episode. Mainly because with the Let's Plays I knew that people were not going to be hanging on my every word. You know, they weren't going to be tuning in to see each brand new episode. I mean, that would be glorious, you know, if I had a fan base that actually cared about the content I make, but it's just not so. But I've committed to playing through these, even though we are doing mukbang episodes now and we're vlogging and we're going to see how far that can take us. I'm not going to give up on the bread and butter that is the Let's Play. Now, we've come a long way. We've played everything from Mario to Kirby, Donkey Kong, Sonic, Smash, Mario Kart, Left 4 Dead, Portal. I mean, even getting into the Jurassic Park stuff, which I need to play something Jurassic Park. I'm itching for it, and it's been a while. My bird Pokemon I want to scrap. Alright, well let's scrap then. But I figured that what we would do today, since I have the time, is that we would kind of wipe out everybody along this route, and we'll probably go back up to Celadon and go down Cycling Road and wipe out everybody on Cycling Road. Then from there, the only thing really left to do would be tackle the Fuchsia Gym and the Safari Zone in Fuchsia City. Those are pretty big events that will take some time. Safari Zone, I know we'll have to go through more than once, simply for getting to the end. God, I'm yawning already. So that we can get the HMO3, which is Surf, because we're going to need Surf to get down to Cinnabar Island to the 7th gym. So then there's all sorts of Pokemon to catch and catalog in the Safari Zone, and who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and catch something new and fun and interesting, and I don't know. We'll have to see. But after this route here with, you know, being on the docks and everything, there's a route coming up with a handful of trainers just kind of standing around. Like I said in the last episode, it's one of the more lengthier routes in the series with the most trainers on it, to my knowledge. I could be wrong. Seems that way. Psychic seems to be wrecking shop. Gengar's really giving it to him. Ooh. That would affect me if we were playing Gen 2. Way to go, Gengar! You do it. You knock him out. Uh-oh. Well, at least it was a miss and not a it doesn't affect. Hate those, don't you? Alright, let's see. Should we keep... I mean... I was gonna say, should we keep using Gengar because it's just tearing through everybody's Pokemon. Psychic was kind of a little unfair back in the day. But I guess it is the lowest level Pokemon we have. It just seems so unfair that we're tearing ass through all of these Pokemon in such a way. Kind of makes me feel bad. Feel real bad. I'm really looking forward to Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee that come out this November. Here's the thing, though. We really need to crack down on anything that we're going to play on the Wii U, and we need to get that wrapped up and out the door so that I can set the Switch back up with the capture device so that we're ready to capture things like Smash Ultimate and Let's Go Pikachu. And then I downloaded a pinball game that was free. I got to thinking, well, some other game shops like Steam Store will have free titles. They might not be fantastic, but they're free. So I got curious and went on the Switch last night, looked in the Nintendo's, I guess it's still called the eShop, and I saw a few little hinky-dink games that were free, so I downloaded a pinball game. Of course, I haven't tried it yet because I've been playing Pokemon Quest. That's interesting. I could definitely tell that it's kind of, I mean, it is a cell phone game. I don't know what else to say. Hell, I just make all the decisions before going into a stage. Then I set it to auto, and the Pokemon clear the area for me. It's I'm kind of glad. I was planning on actually doing episodes of Pokemon Quest, but now that I've sat down with it, I don't think I will. I don't really see the point in it. I mean, playing through Blue is important to me because it's OG Pokemon. You know what? I forget what OG means. What is it? I'm going to Google that while we play. I don't want to look like a jackass. But original. You know, it's original, so... I am worn the fuck out. Because I started back exercising. Original gangster is what it means, according to Urban Dictionary. Someone who has been around, old school gangster. Alright. So I was correct. OG Pokemon, the original gangster. Clefairy, are you the original gangster, Clefairy? Go all Stewie Griffin on you, huh? Oh, I can't tell you how much happier I am in my life without Family Guy. Family Guy was one of those bittersweet things for me. I would enjoy watching Family Guy because I enjoyed the stupid bullshit stuff at the beginning of the episodes, but as the episode trails on, it has to have a point and a moral and a story. For whatever reason, I guess maybe the people who pull the strings behind the scenes that we don't know about feel that there has to be some point to it being on television. Seinfeld cared to disagree, but Seinfeld, I feel that strayed away from its original concept very early on in the show. People will say, oh, Seinfeld's a show about nothing. Bullshit. Seinfeld was the same as any other sitcom at the time. They talked about the dates, they talked about their relationships, they talked about all the various things that were going on in their day. I mean, if you go by Seinfeld standards, every show is a show about nothing. I mean, I love Seinfeld. I was watching it last night. I still watch it regularly. I was watching it every day there for a while, but I had to stop that. The same with The Simpsons. Like, I just burnt out on it and I had to stop. Might be one of the reasons I got off Family Guy, but with Family Guy, there's no desire to go back. The South Park, when they switched over to that, to where they were not doing 2 halves of a season and over 10 episodes, and they switched to just doing 10 all at once at the end of the year, the quality went down, and my interest in it went down. I've been rewatching seasons 18, 19, 20, 21, all that, and they're funny, but they're not what the show built itself up to be originally. But I'm still watching and I'm still a fan. I've cut Family Guy out because I just grown tired of it. And I think we are out of PowerPoints for Gengar here, meaning that we finally need to start using some of these items. Fighting these twins, though, is always a pain because they have this Poliwag that'll lick and cause paralysis or hypnosis and put you to sleep and eat up turns, but didn't do that. She didn't do that. But she still has one more, though, so she might still get us after all. Better watch my mouth. Double slap doesn't affect Gengar. How many more times do you need to use it to realize it's not going to work? Honey doll child. Oh God. I heard that in a store today. That's why that phrase is on my mind. I haven't heard honey doll child used by an adult. Oh God, years and years and years I haven't heard that phrase. A lady used it in the checkout in front of me today and I had a giggle. It used to be a phrase I heard a lot in the South when I was a kid. And hell, that's a phrase from way back in the day. That's an old phrase. And people still used it a lot when I was a kid, but I don't hear it that much anymore. It'll be my luck. I'll look it up and there'll be some connotation to it that I don't know about where I'm not supposed to use it or something. I'm finding that out a lot lately, hence when I was telling, if you didn't see my telling of this story, and I think it was a Metroid Prime 2 episode, I'll briefly retell it here. My roommate, the last roommate that I had, he's a black guy. And one day I said Cotton Pickin' Minute in front of him. He's like, excuse me? It never dawned on my innocent little white ass coming up as a child in the South. I heard Cotton Pickin' Minute all the time from blacks and whites. And nobody ever stopped me and corrected me or told me not to say it. And as an adult, I don't use it. It's just not in my vocabulary. But for whatever reason, that day I had a wild southern hair up my ass and I pulled the phrase out of the vault and used it. And he gave me a look. And it took me a minute to realize. I was like, oh, my bad. He wasn't really mad or anything. He was just like, I guess he was taken aback that somebody would use the phrase. But, I don't know. You know, here in the South, I don't think a lot of people pay attention to the words that they use. Nobody really cares because it's not said out of like hatred or anything. It's just part of the Southern lexicon. I don't know. That gets into a murky area. I don't want to go down that road. But you get it. It's like people in the North, when they go into a store and get a shopping cart, they call it a carriage. Here in the South, it's a buggy. But Gengar, we have leveled up Gengar pretty fast. 28, 29. We'll start using Raichu for a bit. Whip out some of those Thunderbolts. It'll help us kind of tear ass through this section anyhow. Move things right along. Hey, bub. The winds are blowing my way. Good. You're gonna use bird Pokemon, aren't you? Yes, indeedy. It's Spearow, sweetie. Raichu, Thunderbolt. Yay! Way to go, Raichu! The challenger sends out Pidgey. Raichu, Thunderbolt. And Pidgey uses a quick attack. I miss the announcer from Pokemon Stadium. We need a new Pokemon Stadium again. We really do. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. Now that Pokemon's in 3D, maybe not. Maybe we just need a Pokemon game on the Switch that's in 3D that's not Let's Go Pikachu. They've been talking about a successor to the 3DS, and I'm like, no, don't you do that. You told me and everybody else that we would only have to buy one system. That's why I spent $300 and some change on buying a Switch, because it is both the handheld and the home console at the same time. And Pokemon was going to be switching over to it. So that's why I was sticking with that notion of, good, I don't have to have two systems anymore. Because I put up with a lot of bitching, moaning, and complaining in my friend circle about Monster Hunter being on the 3DS, and I got sick of hearing it. And now I don't have to hear that anymore. Monster Hunter World comes out in August for the PC. That shuts them up. Then you have the Switch being a hybrid. That shuts them up. And it shut me up because I thought, oh good, one system. Now they're like, we might put out a successor. And I'm sitting here thinking, ooh, I'm mad. If they do, it's highly possible I might finally have to give Nintendo the middle finger and say, I'm done with your shenanigans. I can't keep up anymore. I can't do this anymore. Think about it. I've been playing Nintendo's games since 1989 or 1990. Probably even before that. That's just as far back as I can concretely remember and have evidence for. That's a ridiculously long time in the span of a human life, because humans live so short a time. And my days of following any one thing religiously just because I was into it once are over. The member berries didn't affect me like they did everybody else. Riding that nostalgia train? I'm not about that. Jurassic Park just got by with it by the hair of their chinny chin chin. They played it safe by not making a complete remake and just barely getting away with rehashing the original ideas, but also saying the original ideas are still canon. Other than that, Eric doesn't get on the reboot train easily, so I'm not going to get on the reboot train. Or, well, I guess it would be a reboot for the Game Boy and the handheld line. At this point, Nintendo would have to reboot the handheld system line, because they've long since given up the Game Boy name. They've been doing DS, 3DS, 2DS. They need to retire the whole DS shtick. We're on to most people have tablets now and cell phones. They're not going to want to buy a dedicated handheld gaming device. I think it would be a colossal mistake on Nintendo's part if they tried to enter back into the market again. It would sell, but it wouldn't sell near as well as what they have done in the past and what they hope it would do. Really hope they're not stupid enough to go through with that, because it's going to piss people off. Like I said, it's going to piss people like me off. I've already mapped out the next 3 or 4 or 5 years of Nintendo's in my life and what they're going to offer and so on and so forth. They recently put out that Lambo thing, which was them selling you cardboard. They sold cardboard kits as a game, and I thought, who would be dumb enough to pay that much money for these little cardboard kits when you can get cardboard kits? You get cardboard for free. You just go behind the grocery store and just take them out. They stack that shit up to throw out. You can, not only that, you can buy cardboard now from companies and stuff. I mean, it's my ranting and raving about Nintendo. The days where I'm beholden to follow something just because it's supposed to be my thing are over. You need to give me Gen 8 or Gen 4 remake, and you need to put it on the Switch, or else I might be having to say goodbye to the beloved franchise I loved for 20 years. As it stands now, I've been on Pokemon Go. I actually did something I said I wasn't going to do. I wasn't going to go back in GameStop. But you know what? I'm so hard up for cash these days. I'm trying to pay these medical bills and everything else I got going on. I had to trade my 2DS in and put an Ultra Sun to GameStop for cash just to pay bills and get by. And that leaves me with just playing this for the show and playing Pokemon Go on my phone. And I'm already at the point of losing complete interest with Go. I've raided, I participated in raids with the local people here in the group, and it was fun for what it was, but you know what? I'm tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore. Let's see. Raichu is poison. Parasect. Maybe if we don't run into any more bird trainers, we can get some experience for Parasect. And like I said, we're going to try to shoot past the 20-minute marker today, folks. We'll probably go 30, 40 minutes. It just depends. And son of a fuck, it's a bird catcher. Well, do we have Body Slam, right? I think it's Body Slam. This thing is... Yeah. Okay. I'm all about, I am ready to pick up where I left off 2 years ago. I want to get back into shape. I want to get back into routines. I'm tired of being up till 9 o'clock in the morning and stressing out over, I'm going to be asleep all day and I'll wake up at 4 o'clock in the evening and panic because everything's closed and it's so late I can't get anything done. And in 2 months, let's see, July, August, September, and then it's just those 2 months. The rest of July, and then August and September. By the time you get towards the end of September, the days have already started getting shorter again. So, I'm going to be waking up when it's either getting dark or already dark. Folks, I'm so tired of all of it. I need a healthy routine, or else this one's going to be the death of me. So we've started exercising again. Little by little, we're making progress. That stuff shows up in the vlog if you watch those. And a note, let me pass along a little note too on the vlogs. The first 2 vlogs, the only 2 that are up and out and in existence, well, I don't know if the second one has been posted at the time of this being posted, but there's 2 that are made and ready to go. The first one I think is already up. But they both open with a drive, relatively in the same area, just on different days. And just the Metroid Prime music over it, and the next vlog will be edited differently. These 2 are my first attempts at vlogging, and since I don't really go anywhere to do much, it's hard to get footage that's usable. There you go, punk. TMs are on sale in Celadon, but only a few people have HMs. Is that why they're called hidden machines? Maybe? Hello. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ah, crap. Here, be confused. We need to... No. There we go. I was so busy talking I forgot to hit. Why didn't I heal Parasect? Bye-bye. Maybe this will get us to level 30. Now how did Psychic not take you out? That's supposed to be our most powerful attack. Eat it. You turd. No, we didn't level up. Alright, let's see. Do we have any revives? No. But I tell you what, if I can get away with this, we can kind of sneak by. Not dig. Cut. If we can sneak by these trainers, we can get to the Pokemon Center and heal. And then we'll come back out and fight these folks. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Perfect, we made it. Alright, we're in Fuchsia City. We're gonna heal, and then we're gonna head back out and finish all the trainers on the route that we didn't get to. Boy, that is very pink. Stop with the odds! Jesus. Alright. Back to the trainers.